Hello folks, I know it's an odd hour for me to be streaming, but I figured I would kind of go over a few things. If you can come on, you can come on in. As usual, get in through the Zoom, through the description box, either through the YouTube description box live stream or the DTube description box. Today, I'm still gonna do stuff at tonight as the usual time, but for this, and I might do a continuation of this if it seems like it's something people want to talk about, and I think it's good. I'm gonna butcher whatever it is that I'm going to try saying, which is the topic, which is in Latin. I don't speak Latin. I don't care to speak Latin. But I'll go for it. Okay, so it feels like I'm gonna say it in Spanish. Okay, custodiet ipsos custodes. I don't know if that's how you say it. But the translation, of course, is it says, at least in Wikipedia, I don't know if that's even correct, is a Latin phrase found in the work of the Roman poet Juvenal from his Satires. Satire 6, lines 347 to 348. It is literally translated as, "Who will guard the guards themselves?" Though it is also known by variant translations. One of them might be, "Who will watch the Watchmen?" And I think it's an important topic because, well, even in politics, even in government, it's how are you gonna make sure that the powers that be, the CIA, NSA, and whatnot, if they're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing? And if they're not, well, who's keeping tabs on them? Is it just another secret agency keeping watch on another secret agency? That's not going to work. That's why in a free society, in this free republic or democracy, democratic republic, we need to make sure that the public can see what's going on in a non-transparent public government, and make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing and they're not doing anything illegal. That doesn't seem to be happening. Now, on a smaller scale, that there's media, free press, or well, at least what it's supposed to be, is supposed to also report on this stuff. But the thing is, you know what? You can't go in to these places where it's members only, and that's in public government. You can't go in there. You mainstream media, like if you have certain ties, CNN, Fox News, blah blah blah, they're able to get in there. But the thing is, that's not the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to let anyone who wants to cover it able to cover it, especially when it's in a public forum, public governance, public office, etc. Now, again, on a smaller scale, I've been watching Aunt BB's videos, and she does some pretty good videos. I'm trying to get her on to do an interview whenever she's ready, because there's a lot of things that I agree on. Some things I may not agree on. I'll probably have some criticism, but they're good stuff because I agree on many of her points. And it's the same thing with other independent media. As you guys know, I talk about cult of personality, and we don't want the same thing of having whoever is in independent media become the next Rachel Maddow, the next Chris Matthews, next etc. We want to make sure that they don't sell out. Like, I don't think anyone would be happy if Jimmy Dore became the next Bill Maher. We wouldn't want that. We would want him to be more like the next George Carlin, right? Same thing with Lee Camp. We wouldn't want him being the next. What's his name? He hosts the late night, no, not late night show, Tonight Show, right? Stephen Colbert. We don't want him being the next Stephen Colbert. We would actually want him to be at least a little bit more like, man, I need more coffee. Before Stephen Colbert, man, I watch this show all the time. You know who I'm talking about. I can't believe I forget his name. Help me out here if you guys are in live chat. Gosh. Jon Stewart. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, Jon Stewart. We would want to be more like Jon Stewart than Stephen Colbert. You know, we don't want the next versions of people who we watch who are actually criticizing mainstream media for their lies, their propaganda, and all that, and then they get so big that they end up being the next ones, and then you can't criticize these ones because they're independent media. No, everyone is held accountable and held for criticism, and if they don't want that and they don't like that, well, then you gotta think something is up. For me, I was told Hard Bastard when I used to watch his stuff was like, hey, I would love to have you do the same criticism of any situation I'm in, especially with like Tim Black when that occurred. Hey, scrutinize me like you do mainstream media, and if there's something there, then there's merit. If there's not, then it's going to be baseless, and that also tells a lot more about Hard Bastard than it does about me. Now, it's the same thing where Aunt BB. Aunt BB, I may not agree with some of the things she talks about, but they all have merit in my opinion. I would want her to criticize me, especially not just now, but in the future, when things obviously change. If I end up being like my views are minuscule, it's less than 100. Sometimes it gets into a little bit more than 100. Live viewers, you know, it's typically in the teens to the 20s, but that might change. I might get in the hundreds. I might get in the thousands. I mean, look, the only ones who are doing this right now, and there have been people in the past that have done it, and I give kudos to them for doing it, is letting this discussion be open to the public at all times. There are certain times where I don't let it become open to the public. When and there's one right there. Ryan Bannock calls me a commie bastard just because I'm North Korean. You know, he loves Hillary Clinton, so. What are you gonna do? I'm just kidding. So, I mean, if you think about it, 2 people in the entire world, everyone can do this. Anyone can do it. There's training videos I have where people can do it. You don't even have to buy a Zoom account. You can do it because you could join the hosts thing that I have, and people can host. Yet Ryan Bannock hosts his own. He can do whatever he wants. He's just not using my shared Zoom account. But I have a shared Zoom account where you can go ahead and live stream and let it be open to the public. And that's my only stipulation if you're going to use it. Let it be open to the public. So if you're talking about certain topics or subjects, people in the public could come in. Now, I understand there's certain times where you want it where no one's in, or at least mute everyone that's in, but there's a waiting room there as well if you want to utilize that. But for example, when I play my Bill Cooper stuff, I don't let anyone in until after it's done, then let anyone talk about it. If there's in an interview going on with someone, typically, you know, and I had to figure this out, but I basically have it so 10, 15 minutes, however long it takes to introduce the person, because people may not know that person, and I close it off to the public at that time. Then I open up to the public and we can start talking about different topics and subjects. But the main it would be geared towards discussing any of those topics with the person that we're interviewing as a group. Same thing with the town halls. We don't just kind of segue into like, I like this movie type of thing. You know, that's what we could talk about in Anything Goes and open topics. Once the interview and group discussions ended, you know, the person who we're interviewing, they could just come in at any time and just kind of just talk about whatever. So, who watches The Watchmen? I am glad that someone like Aunt BB is doing what she's doing, because it takes guts. No one's gonna like you. I mean, I barely criticized any of the independent media. I probably should be doing that a little bit more, you know, but I feel like it's just low-hanging fruit. They can do what they want. You can watch what you want, and I still think that way. If it's their own show, it's their own show. You could I could criticize them for not ever having anyone on their show that's not high in views. No one allowed open to the public, or if you want access to talk with them, that you have to be a certain amount of a member, like a Patreon member. You have to give them a certain amount of money in order to talk to them. Look, some of that makes sense because you need to build off a base to, if you want to do this and get paid, you're going to have to do something like that to give back to community, whatnot. Also, yeah, some people, if they have no views or whatever, it might not be like interview worthy where no one will watch. But if there's a certain specific reason for it, yeah, that makes more sense. Say someone who makes videos or doesn't make them too much, but they're very, very good at what they do, and you're talking about that particular subject because it actually coincides with some type of government policy that occurs. That makes sense. But just to not let people in just because they're not important enough or big enough or have enough views or whatnot, or they may not have their own perspective, I think it's just you're becoming the same thing that we hate. You're becoming the Watchmen that no one gets to watch, or the guardsmen that no one else gets to guard to see what they're up to. It's like you have free reign because you're this small. You're speaking truth about these bigger people who aren't seeming to tell the truth or say certain things. Yeah, you could say that, Ryan. I think he says there is no difference between mainstream media getting paid off than having paid off independent media. Except, you know, if you're going to sell out, if you're independent media, at least go for the $30,000 a day rather than the Jimmy Dore $30,000 a month. I mean, don't go cheap. If you're going to sell out big at least. I mean, at least don't be stupid. I don't know why I'm even... Look, I would rather have the super rich, the system that's in place, the corrupt, have to pay you $30,000 a day for you to sell out than sell you out for pretty much peanuts. They don't even have to pay you out anything. Because at least it takes away from their time, it takes away from their money, and they're going to want to be more in control over the content and what you can and can't say. But when you're in the guise of the lower rungs and you're taking money from people who don't make a lot of money, from people who want to hear the truth but no one else is saying it, but they want people to say it and hear it, that they support. You're taking money from the little guys. That's what I don't like. So if you're gonna sell out big. Let the corporate bastards, the super rich, wealthy, pay you out, not the little guys. That's all. That's what I would say. I mean, overall, I wouldn't want you to sell out at all. I would want you to, but what we're doing is we're picking sides, and that's still what we're doing. You could say you're not picking a side, but yet you are still picking a side. You can look at the Unity for Julian, Unity for Jay, online vigil. Everyone got together, different sides, speaking for how Julian Assange and what he does is important, and what WikiLeaks does. And then after the vigil's over and they're only on for an hour or so, they go back to their own side. It's like, all right, yay, now I'm gonna keep fighting on this side. The thing is, we're not gonna beat them when we're all in these little groups and sides and little buckets and labels, because you're just gonna get converted into whatever side that you least oppose. Rather than standing on a specific principle, you're just standing on an ideology, and that ideologies don't have principles. All ideologies are basically hypocritical of themselves in the end run, because they don't look inward to what they're doing. They just see what the output is. And as long as the output fits what they want, their narrative, then it's good for them. The ends justify the means. Oh, I'm getting long-winded. I wish people would show up, but I know it's early. I'm probably gonna go on for maybe at least 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. I gotta pick up my kids. But yeah, oh well, clans, Ryan Bannock. I also noticed on the live stream on YouTube in the creator dashboard, they've got something new. It's like I can't see it anymore. But yeah, it's like money memberships or paid memberships. That's what they have. I have no idea what the heck that is. And it's the same thing. Set up something, even though I would set up. Oh, awesome. Here we go. Hey Ryan, how's it going? I'm not sure if you saw my I mean, James was doing it before, but you know, he got angry at me for flexing my muscles. Let's see. Let me get into Gab. Hey, do you realize we're the only two people in the world that allow people to come in on our shows? Anyone from the we don't have walls.
It's 7:18 in the morning here.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I got to go to court today. So
when do you, well, once you're done, get back. Let us know what's been going on.
Yeah, well, it's fucking cold though. Tell you what.
What is it, like 85 cold?
Oh no, it's down to about 55, 60.
Are you in Fahrenheit or do you say things in Celsius?
No. Fahrenheit. Okay. Fahrenheit.
All right.
I translate it to Fahrenheit for Americans because
I got no idea if you said in Celsius.
It's 15 degrees, man. That's below freezing. It's like, nah, man. Celsius.
55 degrees would be nice. I don't know why you would think that's cold.
Because it's Australia, dude.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm getting pretty.
If it's below 80, everybody starts to shiver.
Oh, that's crazy. Here, I'm getting used to 100+ degree weather, which is
fucked up.
Yeah,
I hate that. I hate that with a passion. Fucking hell, man. Nah.
Here we go. Let me share the screen. I logged into the wrong one.
Yeah, man. Like I was saying in chat, man, if I was earning 30K a month, man,
a day,
I'd be happy.
Or what, a month, yeah.
Yeah, a month. I'd be happy, man.
30K a year is great for some people.
It's 30K a year, man. I don't even earn 30K a year. I mean, 30K a month just to be a YouTuber, you know, and have an opinion and crack a few jokes.
Yeah.
You know.
That would be nice. I mean, I don't even get to, well, I don't know. I mean, ours, we do stuff that go on for hours sometimes, 4 hours, half a day. Sometimes even more, like when I do something and you're not hosting.
There's sometimes Jimmy Dore doesn't even do anything for like 3 days.
Oh, he'll do like a call-up thing.
Yeah, they shit me. They fucking shit me. It's the same fucking dude, just with different accent. You know, putting on a fucking.
Here you go. There's only 2 people, you and me, man. There used to be 3 with James. It used to be 4 and 5 with Kelly and Dave, but now it's just us 2. And yeah, I get it. People get tired. People have other things to do. They're taking up different mantles, and that's fine. But this is it. This is true. It'd be nice because eventually it's gonna stop. It's gonna have to stop. Like we won't be able to do it anymore, either through something happens to us, and who's gonna take it up? And then or is it gonna be just watered down versions where it's only invite only, or you have to pass a certain type of filter, or you can only be paid for it, or you can only have certain views? And that's what
anybody can join.
Yeah, anybody.
As long as you're not trolling and you're not abusive, man, I don't care.
I mean, we even let trolls in. Like, I'll let trolls
Yeah.
in. And they can do
Uh,
prank calls, whatever.
like the other day, that dude that came in
Yeah.
was
Hi,
that was funny.
I'm North Korean and Chinese.
You know,
So
hey, I've got I've got an acquired brain injury, and I take this medication for it. It's an antipsychotic. Like, fuck, dude, come on.
I knew like in the
For,
first like
for,
a couple of seconds it was a
oh
troll.
no, he had me going for about 30 seconds,
Okay.
and I'm like, this poor bugger. He's been
Yeah.
dealt a hard deal on life, and then as soon as I seen you guys laughing, I'm like, oh man, I've just been fooled. I've been fooled bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, nah,
Oh,
it was
I
funny.
gotta fix the DTube one. Hold on.
Yeah, man. So hopefully the guy doesn't turn up today.
Oh, I hate it when I do that. I noticed because the thing is, it doesn't maximize when I start it, and I gotta make sure it maximizes. But then when I start it with the screen shared, which maximizes it, and then once the screen sharing ends, it not maximizes. Anyways,
So I've got these bad boys, right? So they're wireless Bluetooth, made by the guy who did beats with
Dr. Dre.
that rapper. Yeah, and they split ways. The guy who made beats, and he started his own company called Monster.
Yeah, I think I heard about that or remember that.
And these are I bought a pair of these, and they quit working. And I think I paid like $170 for them. And then they stopped working, and I'm like, what the fuck? I've only had them like 6 months. They're not charging, they're not working, they're not anything. So I sent them back, and then they sent me back the $360 pair.
Oh wow!
Of Ronaldo's.
Holy crap!
Yeah, man. So
That's awesome.
I'm just like fuck yeah, because they didn't make my model anymore. They didn't import my model anymore. Yeah. So they're just like, oh yeah, here's a pair of Ronaldo ones, and I'm like, fuck you. But I'm gonna see if I can get a Bluetooth USB adapter for my PC.
Yeah.
So then I can try and hook it up with these bad boys, and I can wear these instead of these.
That's pretty awesome. That customer service, you know, that's
awesome, man.
That's gonna make you buy their products for life.
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah.
Same thing with MSI. I don't know if you know of MSI for
MSI. Yeah.
So like one of my graphics cards went down. I think it was just a GTX 275 way back in the day. And then they go, oh, we don't have them anymore. We'll just give you the current day equivalent of a graphics card that costs the same. So they gave me like a GTX 460 for free.
Nice.
As
That's
a replacement.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I like it when companies step up and do the right thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's really cool, and I think electronic companies do that really well.
Yeah.
Not so much like. I know HP are pretty shit, and I know Dell's pretty shit, but no one buys them anyway unless you're in a unless you're in a business and you buy their corporate crap.
Yeah,
you know their i3 with 2 gig of RAM with a 120 gigabyte solid state drive.
Yeah, SSD.
Yeah. So you know.
Like Noctua that makes fans, they're based in Germany, I think. And like if the fan blade would break or they start making noise because they're supposed to be about silence and stuff, it's like I'll contact customer support and tell them that, and they'll be like, okay, just take a picture of it and send it to this email address, and I do, and they go, all right, we'll just send you a new one. I'm like, awesome, that's it. Or they tell you to throw it away or break it if all it is just making sound, is just to break the fan blade and take that picture in, and they'll send a new one. You don't even have to send it back.
Yeah, well, I bought these headphones and keyboard and mouse, Razer, all on Amazon, and I got the headphones, and they were assembled wrong. The headphones were assembled back to front, so the left was on the right and the right was on the
that's
left.
weird. Yeah.
So when I put them on, the thing wasn't. There's like a little notch in the frame. Shit.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't meet the notch. It didn't, and the notch was on the wrong side, on the other side of the headphone. And I'm like, I messaged Razer and I'm like, my headphones are assembled wrong. And they're like, okay, what do you want us to do about it? I'm like, are you crazy? And they're like, oh, okay, just send them back. So I had to send them all the way back to the USA at my expense. So I'm not happy with Razer.
Yeah, that sucks. I hate it when you have to pay for the shipping back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like, you know, sometimes it's like you get something for $20, but then if you want a replacement, it's going to cost like $16 to ship. It's like, I might as well just buy the new one. I mean, yeah.
Well, it cost me $45 to send them back, and Amazon refunds $15 of that.
Oh.
So ultimately, my headphones didn't work out any cheaper. So
that sucks.
Than buying them in Australia.
Well, anyways, get back on topic because I'll probably go on for 30 minutes at most. So who will watch the Watchmen? Who will guard the guardsmen? How do we get that back to happening? I mean, there's so few of it, and there's so much criticism when you're partaking in that aspect. Because think about it, the people who are like the CIA and FBI, whatever, they hold a lot of power. And if you're investigating them and find something they don't like, they're probably gonna do something to you, right? Because it's like, hey, we don't want this revealed. It's like, then why do you have us on here to do it? If you guys are operating good and we don't find any evidence that you guys are up to no good, then you guys are okay. You know, it's just the same logic as like, hey, you guys we're gonna mass surveillance you, and it's gonna be fine because if you don't do anything wrong, we could use that same logic, and they're gonna be like, no, exactly,
no. Yeah, I just don't understand why any country needs to spy on another country. I don't get it. You know what I mean? It just, why a country needs to spy on its own as well. I mean, are people that much of a threat to national security? You know what I mean? We all know who's got nuclear weapons. We all know who can wipe out the world in a matter of hours. I mean, why are we playing these shitty games with each other and just getting on with life?
Yeah.
You know, and it's really hard because the people who were watching who do watch the CIA and NSA and all that type of stuff end up getting ousted and living in other countries.
Yeah.
Because
political exile.
Yeah, exactly. Like Snowden, Assange. I mean, even I no matter how bad of a crime you may think something is, I don't understand how you can torture one of your own. Chelsea Manning, it just doesn't fucking compute, you know. And it does send a serious message to people like you and I, like Suzie Dawson and Elizabeth Voss and anyone who speaks out about national security topics, that they're not going to tolerate it, and they can do whatever they want. If they can torture someone who just gave out information of illegal activity, then what's to stop them from doing it to other people?
Yeah. And like if they could do that to someone as high profile as Julian Assange, who's pretty much well known around the world by a lot of people, and then just like Dave was saying, like he asked a couple of people and they got, I have no idea who Julian Assange is. It's like, what?
So exactly.
If they can make someone high profile unknown to the public Heck, we're screwed when they get us. That's why I ain't going down. I ain't being
Yeah,
taken to prison. They're gonna have to come and do a firefight. It's like
I mean
no one's
that's
gonna
that's
know about me if I get taken in.
that's why I sort of watch my P's and Q's, because I know Australia doesn't defend their own. I mean, if they don't defend Julian Assange, they're definitely not going to defend me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, um,
Oh,
I have, I have no burning ambition to become an Australian exile.
yeah.
So,
So people that don't know, while we're speaking about Julian Assange, it's the worldwide Julian Assange vigil, where like people, places, big cities all over the world are trying to coordinate the same thing that Del Pena and Dave and their group did in Boston, is just kind of free Julian Assange. And obviously, there's no big town of me, around me unless it's an hour and a half drive, and I can't do that because I have to look up, get the kids if something happens. But I think I'm going to be here throughout the day and trying to find coverage of people who live stream or upload videos of what's going on in different cities, like if they're going to have
well,
one.
there was a Julian Assange visual in Sydney, and I wish there was one in Melbourne, because I'd go to the one in Melbourne and I'd live stream it.
Yeah.
But Sydney's just 8 hours away, and I just it's not, and I don't like Sydney, so
Yeah.
I would just love, because he's from Melbourne, I would like there to be one in Melbourne. So yeah,
Oh, Christian says there's one tomorrow. Oh no, I think
that's in Sydney.
that's in Sydney.
Yeah, I've already seen the posts on Facebook for tomorrow. So
And,
yeah, it's in Sydney.
heck, I could be the one man vigil in Columbus, Nebraska. I think I don't think it would go very well. It would sway no one. It's like, hey, there's that new Asian guy that lives in this town now. It's like, what's he saying? Free ass, unch.
Yeah,
I might as well have a free ass T-shirt on. I might get more popularity than free Assange.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I was gonna go.
Christian says there is one in Melbourne. All right.
There is.
Can you find a link for that, Christian?
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to just not do anything else and just try to do a live coverage of the online vigil, or the actual vigils across the world. So people who can't participate or aren't participating can at least see what's going on around there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So if there is one in Melbourne, I'll go.
Okay.
I'll definitely go, and I'll live stream it.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you can talk to the people who are out there as well.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, do you know who Julian Assange is? They go, that's bad. That's bad.
Because I'll take. I've got two phones, so I'll take the little SIM card key thing that pops out the SIM card thing.
Micro SD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll when that phone runs out, I'll switch the SIM cards over and then go from and start live streaming again.
Okay.
So I'll have two phones worth of power to live stream.
Well, if you're live streaming, it's not going to eat up your SD card, micro SD card, since it's going to be going to the cloud.
No. When the battery runs out.
Oh, why not just get like a battery?
Because they're fucking expensive.
Really? Oh yeah, you guys are in Australia.
Everything in Australia is expensive, dude.
All right, Christian terrible. Just updated on his live chat.
Yeah.
Class conscious.
Class conscious. Julian Assange.
Yeah, let me see
that's at the Ecuadorian. Fuck, these little things are so small, man. What's the date today? The 19th.
Oh, 19th for you, yeah.
19th.
Let's see.
Sydney Town Hall has already been on Sunday. No, oh, Melbourne. Oh, yeah, I can't go today.
Oh, it's today that they're having it for
Yeah,
you? Oh, because,
yeah,
yeah, today's the 19th for you.
yeah. I'm in court. Damn. I so would have gone too.
Australia, Melbourne. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Brisbane. Yeah, see, they're all today.
There is the vigil at late at night, it looks like. A light vigil
Where?
in Melbourne CBD. If you look at the bottom part, 6 to 8 p.m. It's
Yeah.
a
Okay. Yeah. British consulate. 12 to.
yeah, the one that's during the 12 to noon is more for like speakers.
Yeah.
So you can always go to that one.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm trying to see where you're looking at.
If
Can
you
you
go,
highlight? Yeah, I've got
right
that
here,
website up.
right here.
19th vigil, Melbourne CBD. Bring candles, loved ones. Show your support. Okay, disarm event. Okay, so just let me go back. Disarm Facebook event. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going. I'll
So
be there.
yeah, we'll do something because we're maybe if I was in Boston, they might have had one in Boston on the 19th, but now I'm in Nebraska, so I had to do everything digitally. So we'll do
Okay,
that.
so
And what I would love is to being able to get people, uh, contact people, and just have them kind of talk about what's going on there. Just kind of like our real news would supposed to be doing, where they contact people and go, so what's it like? How many people are there? Who's there? What are they talking about? How many people in the crowd are supporting it? What's the police presence there? Are there any politicians there speaking about it, etc., etc.? But
yep.
because
Okay,
there's
I'm just trying to figure out where would be the best place to get off.
I could tell you where to get off.
Yeah, I know. It's called what is it? Chatterbait?
Oh boy.
I'm just trying to figure out like okay, so there's
I
Flinders
think
Street
I
Station.
do. Let me see if I could find it, Christian.
Go to
I think Bob Schultz only has Facebook, Christian, so you'd have to find him on Facebook and let him know.
Okay.
Hold on.
I'll see what it takes to get there, and I'll get there.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
anyway, dude, I've got to fly. I've got to go
All right.
and get. So
No problem. Good luck with that.
hopefully he doesn't turn up, and it's really quick.
Yeah.
All right. I'll catch
See you later. Yep.
Bye.
Bye. And so for everybody else, I think I'm going to go to big question is in all sorts of all spectrums, we need people who can go on and criticize not just the mainstream media, not just Hillary Clinton, not just the DNC, but Trump, the Republicans, and independent media. Who guards the guardsmen, who watches the watchmen. It has to be us individually, everyone. Let's see. Okay, Christian, I will. Can you give me a link, Christian, so I could forward that to Bob? I'm not sure if he will. Who knows? But at least I'll send it to him. That's the least I can do. So if you don't get it by the time I end the stream, just go ahead and. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. I see. Duh. It's the same one. It's just Saldivar says Alright, sent it to him. Okay, well, that's it. You guys will see me tonight. I will plan on doing the usual Bill Cooper. We haven't had that for a couple days. Then we'll do an open topic, anything goes, as usual. I've been wanting to do some other videos, but I don't think we'll get there today. And tomorrow we will be doing a live stream throughout the day, and then maybe a little bit more again at night, covering anything that's going on through YouTube, through Steemit, DLive, Periscope, maybe even Bitchute. If there's anything out there where they're showing the people in different cities holding the vigil, we're gonna go ahead and cover it. So that's what it is. Oh, don't worry about it, Kathy. There really wasn't much to talk about. Anyways, I'll see you guys tonight and tomorrow and every day, pretty much, if we can. All right, see you guys.